2023 ends on a high for South African beauty Xiluva Helani. The 17-year-old Alma Mater International School pupil is a current international junior Miss South Africa. Helani is also passionate about community service and is keen to act as a role model for young girls across the globe. She joins me now in studio to tell us more about her pageantry experience and vision. Well, congratulations, International Junior Miss Teen.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So you're 17 and you're already touching the stars. Is this what you expected when your journey began?
No, it wasn't, because my mom was a pageant queen herself, and I did start at the young age of 9, but I was always limited to like national pageants, so I never thought that international pageants was where I was meant to be.
So so walk us through that journey. I mean, obviously it's, you started at 9, so that's 8 years ago, if my maths serves me correctly.
Yes.
What's that journey been like?
It's been a lot of hard work, to be quite honest, because being young, pageants has always been the system that people looked at a negative view. So entering that system at a very young age, people were a bit worried and they had their concerns. But they've come to realize that pageants gives young girls a purpose, and that's one thing I absolutely appreciate from it. So having that purpose and growing up standing for something is an experience that I'll never forget.
Well, I fully understand the issue around young models and the potential challenges, but you will speak to us about those challenges. What are those challenges? I know the merits, and the merits obviously is confidence. I mean,
yes.
You're 17, but you could be 25, just as a measure of your confidence and how you carry yourself. So it's obviously got many, many positives.
Yes, it does. It has a lot of positives, especially like, as I said before, that purpose is one of the biggest things that pageants enforce in young girls, and standing up in communities, taking that stand and taking leadership roles.
So let's talk about the challenges, because there are a lot of mums that have young daughters
yes.
that would like to enter pageants at some point. What was your mum worried about? What were you worried about? And how have you had to deal with some of those challenges?
The biggest part of it is mental health, because young girls, you're at a pinnacle of your life where you're growing up. You're still experiencing the world on your own. But also, parents should allow that platform for young girls to also make mistakes. You're still young. You still have a long way to go. It's not the end of the world if you don't win a pageant. But mental health is something that you absolutely have to put forward before you put the crown on first. So
let's talk about how mum let go, because I think that's a big part of it.
Yes.
And that you're always going to be her baby girl.
Yes.
But, you know, she's got to let go and let you see the world and make those mistakes, as you've suggested.
Yes, she's familiar with the system because she grew up in the system too, and she really enjoyed it. That's why she kind of enforced it into me. But I've come to enjoy it too. But one thing about my mom is that she always makes sure that I am happy before I'm doing something. She makes sure that I am content with who I am before I step into a role that's bigger than expectations.
Okay, so let's shift away from the challenges and go to the successes. You were in
yes.
Orlando, Florida, where you were crowned queen. Let's talk about that experience. What did it mean to you? Who were you competing against? How many other countries were present?
So for me, my biggest thing going onto the international stage was to bridge the gap between South African girls and globally. Because it's easy to tell a young African child that, hey, you can do it, but showing them is a whole nother story, and that's something that I was able to do. So that's the biggest part of my success that I'll take home forever, is that being able to give young girls a platform and also paving the way through for South African girls too.
Now, South Africans are vibrant people. They have pizzazz.
Yes.
What did you take to the international stage? I mean, culturally, what did you have to offer? What did you leave the other girls with in that contest?
Definitely our sense of fashion. Our traditions are one of the most beautiful things, one of the most vibrant things. So our tradition is something that is not experienced globally. So having like your little attires with the African print was something that was unforgettable for them.
And in terms of your competition, who do you think was your biggest competition, and how did you emerge the one?
To be quite honest, it was myself, but the girls did give me a good run for my money. I know Ariane from the UK. She was amazing. I'm glad to have made a friend like her. The way she carries herself is something I could absolutely look forward to. Like, I could take from it too. But definitely my biggest competition was myself, to be quite honest.
So all of a sudden, maybe not all of a sudden, but over the last few years, we seem to have come up with a combo of both brains and beauty. Now, I've watched many interviews in pageants where girls are asked questions and they absolutely stumble and trip over themselves.
Yes.
How do you prepare for that side of things? Because you don't know what you're going to be asked, but you almost expect it to be well-versed in a number of subject matters.
Yes. Definitely be yourself. I know a lot of people have heard that 1,000 of times, but definitely being yourself, because there's no way that they could ask you a question and when you're answering truthfully and being yourself, there's no way you wouldn't be able to answer it to the best of your ability. So being yourself, relax. Everyone knows that you're feeling nervous on that stage. Just relax and have fun.
So final question, those young girls out there that are watching at the moment, what is your advice to them?
Take that leap, take that step. I know it seems impossible, but it is. Take that step and convince your parents to invest. Invest into you, whether it's in terms of education, in pageants, but if it's going to make you a better person, absolutely take that step. Take that risk.
Okay, Xiluva Helani, International Junior Miss Teen, congratulations once again, and thanks so much for coming on to the show.